So Ashley's Lydia's sister, and Lydia's my baby mother. Tyrone is Lydia's new boyfriend.
So I met Lydia 2 years ago. She was my Facebook friend.
Me and Lydia have been together since I was 14. And then when she got pregnant, she was 17 and wasn't allowing me to see my daughter. I didn't see my daughter until she was 6 months old. Me and Lydia, I was the bad guy. That's what she tells everyone. I'm a horrible person. And it took me into a depression, a real bad depression. I did get on drugs. That didn't help.
I'm here because my daughter comes to me and says that her biological father touched her inappropriately.
I'm here to clear my name, and then also I want to know if he's touching my daughters.
We see in her behavior that something happened. Somebody did something because how her behavior is and how she dresses, how she presents herself is definitely abuse.
I never liked Tyrone. And I ended up finding out that through Ashley and others that he is very violent.
I'm here today because I want to find out if this man touched my stepdaughter. You know what I'm saying? She brought these accusations against her, and I really want to know if they're true.
Ashley is Lydia's sister. So me, Ashley, and Lydia was living together. And Lydia, she ended up moving out after 11 months of us being in the home. Just about. 11 months she met this guy, Tyrone, and she just up and moved out without even really knowing this guy. So 2 years goes by and I do not see my kids. I don't hear from her, nothing. Ashley gets married and I go say congratulations to Ashley, and then Ashley asks me about the accusation that happened, that Lydia asked her if I ever molested my daughter.
My stepdaughter was looking on Facebook and seeing pictures of her aunt and her biological father on the Facebook because they was all going to this wedding was happening. So she was seeing the pictures and she was like, then she started feeling agitated. I'm like, what's wrong? She was like, he touched me. I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, he touched me. I'm like, no, I don't. Then she started telling me more stuff about him touching me.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm being accused of. This is the first time me hearing about any of this.
She told me that unfortunately her biological father masturbated. And one time he does a lot of drugs, so he laid in bed with her, was rubbing all on her, and she was like, no, Daddy, stop.
I just was in shock about it. I was in shock. Why would you accuse me of something? I haven't seen my daughter.
Ashley knew about this, actually. She said Ashley used to have her stand on the table and throw ones at her and make her be a stripper.
I don't even know why this accusation started, because I was never around my kids. And then on top of that, when I was on drugs, I would sleep all the time. My drug of choice was crack, just to let you guys know. And I was a very heavy addict. And I was never around because I was always chasing my high. I knew I was messed up, but I didn't want my kids to see me like that. I'm never going to touch my kid. I don't even see my kid, so why would I want to do that, to take away the only chance I have with my kids and put myself in jail? Why would I want to do something like that? I always wanted my kids to grow up with a father. I wanted to be around them because I didn't have my dad. I want them to know how to be treated. I wanted them to know how to be loved, because Lydia don't know how to love them, period. I don't care. She just don't. She don't. You don't put man over your kids.
So my job as a father is to protect my kids. So when I heard the allegations that this man did to his daughter, his biological daughter, it really hurts my heart because I can't think of a person. Why would you do that for your own child?
I think these allegations are fabricated because Lydia has never came to me and said, Jamie, have you touched my daughter? Jamie, have you molested my daughter? No police came. I never got a phone call from anyone asking me about any allegations at all. This all came up after 2 years of me not talking to her, not being around her. Then I hear from Ashley, have you molested your daughter? After 2 years.
We ain't making it up because we didn't tell her this. My stepdaughter told us this. And I want something to happen to Ashley because you knowingly knew this.
Lydia needs to know that I never did anything to my kids. She needs to know that I never would do anything to my kids, any of them.
If Jamie fails this test, I want him to be on the sexual registration list, a level 3 for hurting a kid, and he'll never be around any other kids again. They have a place for people like you. You go to jail, you become a sex offender, I'll never got to worry about you being around my kids ever again.
Lydia, how do you feel about what Jamie's saying on the tape?
I'm disgusted. My stomach turns into a knot by it every day. More and more I hear about it. It makes me sad. It hurts my heart.
What do you remember about the day you found out that your daughter was accusing her father of touching her inappropriately?
She was very upset. She was sad. She didn't know what to do. She said she couldn't talk. She said she tried to talk to a couple people, but no one believed her. No one believed her.
Did she tell you what happened to her?
No, not until the day when I was on Facebook, because Ashley was on my mind, and I know she just got married. And I was scrolling through Facebook looking at her pictures of her marriage, and I came across...
Why didn't you go to the wedding?
Because of the day before her wedding, we had an altercation. We were supposed to go over there and play cards, and we did not know that Jamie was supposed to be there. So when we had arrived, a fight had broke out, and they wind up jumping Tyrone.
Do you find it odd at all that your daughter didn't confide into you what happened to her?
No, not at all. No, some little girls get scared, and sometimes they feel like they can't talk to their parents. That's why they talk to other people, like their aunties.
Okay. And why did it become bumpy? Because of the drug use?
That too, and then I found out that him and Ashley was having relations together.
Sexual?
Yes.
Jamie was having sex with your sister?
Yes.
How did you find that out?
I caught them.
You walked in.
I walked in on them one time trying to have sex.
What do you mean trying?
Well, they say that they was trying to have sex. I think they were having sex at the time when I caught them.
Were they both naked?
He had his pants down and he was humping her.
Seems like sex.
That's what it seems like to me.
Bitch, you lie like a You know damn well I would never let anybody touch your daughter knowing that we got molested and raped as kids. You stupid, you on crack or something?
Okay, don't swear.
No,
Sorry.
but I think maybe you are, because I want to know, why are you defending this man when you're supposed to be my sister?
And why are you
this
accusing
is
me of
supposed
something that I
to
would
be
never
your
do?
niece.
You know, if she would have came to me, Lydia, I would have fought Jamie over that because I don't
honestly,
play
do
that.
you think so? Because
I'm
I honestly don't
positive.
think you would. Because if you would, you wouldn't be standing here right now
And far
defending
from-
this man.
far from a
You would be
relationship?
defending your niece.
A relationship,
That's what you would
Lydia?
be doing right now. You wouldn't be defending him for nothing.
When did you throw me out of your house?
She says she threw you out when you
She
got caught
never-
having sex with Jamie.
Me and Jamie never had sex. And far from kids.
She's making that up?
I'm making that up. Y'all never had sex, Ashley? So y'all never had sex?
When?
So I didn't catch you when we was
When?
living behind
Just
the wig
answer the
shop?
question.
No.
So
I
you
never
didn't-
touched my daughter.
Why you
I
touched
never
her for?
touched my daughter. I was
Sure
with you
you
for
did.
5 years,
You
bro.
left.
2 years ago, because you accused me and asked you. Sorry, sir.
You want to know
You
why I
accused
left
me
2
and
years
asked
ago,
you-
Steve?
Sure, you
This is
accused
why
me
I
and
left 2 years
asked
ago.
you-
I
No.
had got a social worker for these two
For
because
what?
of how they were
For-
mistreating my kids.
No.
She left the bruise
No.
You
on
told
my
me-
other
you
child's
told me
leg, and he
to
went
whoop
to his
your son. I
father's
whooped him on the
house,
butt.
and he called a
And then all of a
social
sudden
worker.
he got a
When my
bruise.
social worker
Come on
came
now.
over, she
That never
said
happened.
he was disrespectful, she was disrespectful, and my was disrespectful.
Did you ever molest
No,
or do
I haven't-
anything inappropriate with your
I
daughter?
never touched my daughter.
Okay.
Ever.
Now, how long have you been doing the crack cocaine?
I've been doing it for about 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years?
Yes.
It's been longer than that.
Okay. Is it possible
Yes.
when you would say you get very high when you're using it, right?
Yes.
Is it possible that you did something inappropriate in a state of
No, I'm gonna tell
being
you why.
on
I'm gonna
crack
tell
cocaine?
you why. Every time I chased my high. So if I got me a 20 rock, I'm chasing that. I was chasing it all day.
You were always
I was never
sleeping in your
home,
daughter's
and
room.
yes, I was always sleeping.
And you was
I
always
never
in your
around.
daughter's
Ashley
room,
was always watching the
around her
kids,
all the
and then when
time.
me, you wasn't talking. When we
You
wasn't
was
together.
always in
Guess
your
what you was
daughter's room.
doing? You
Every
was trying
time-
to somewhere.
Every time you went to go
That's what you was
sleep.
doing.
Do you believe that your daughter is saying this to her?
No, I don't. I don't.
Did you ever have sex with Ashley?
Yes, when we were kids.
It came out.
Yes, I had sex with Ashley, and we were 15.
It came
You wanna
out.
know why I had sex with Ashley?
It
Yes.
came out.
You finally want to know
It
why I
came
had
out.
sex with
Oh,
Ashley?
I
I
don't
was
care.
mad at you.
I don't care.
I was mad.
You can't
we
have
were
it.
kids.
We can't
I
have
don't
it
care.
against
We were
them.
kids.
I don't care.
And I did
Oh,
it just to get you mad.
So I didn't
So-
catch y'all having sex when I lived behind the wig shop when I
Yeah.
was working at
No,
the
no, no,
So I
you
didn't catch you having
didn't.
sex.
No.
So you
No,
so
I was-
she wasn't
no.
laying in the bed in the living
No,
room.
no.
And we wasn't all taking naps that day. And I slept on the floor. You slept in my bed and she slept in the living
No.
room.
That was-
And my
remember.
daughter
Go ahead.
came to me and said she was only like 2 at the time. Mommy, she's waking me up. Mommy, Mommy. She points in the living room. Mommy, Mommy. I walked in there, your pants is hanging over your butt.
That's not what happened.
Could you have been high?
No, I wasn't doing drugs at the time.
Here's a question. Why do you think you can talk to my woman any way you want?
Bitch, come on. Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. You think it's just a joke? You think this is a joke?
I do, though. I think you're a soft mashed potato. I think that 2 times I brutally beat you, you don't want that. The only reason why you running because he there. Now, if he move, I stand up. I don't care who is soft, Zach. Hey, Steve, nice to meet you, man. You're a soft mashed potato.
Tyrone, you took a lie detector test.
Yes.
And we asked you, did you coach Lydia's daughter to say that Jamie touched her inappropriately? You answered no. Did you fabricate the story that Lydia's daughter told you that Jamie touched her inappropriately? You answered no. Did you ever touch Lydia's daughter for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. Did you ever engage in sexual physical contact with Lydia's daughter? You answered no. And the results for your lie detector test is that you told the truth. Lydia, you took a lie detector test. And we asked Lydia, did you fabricate the story that your daughter told you that Jamie touched her inappropriately? You answered no. Did you coach your daughter to say Jamie touched her inappropriately? You answered no. Do you know of Tyrone fabricating the story that your daughter told him that Jamie touched her inappropriately? You answer no. Those 3 results came back all the same, and it came back that Lydia told the truth. Okay, Ashley, you took a lie detector test, and we asked you, did you ever witness Jamie inappropriately touching Lydia's daughter? You answered no. Did you have knowledge of Jamie touching Lydia's daughter inappropriately? You answered no. Did you record a video of Lydia's daughter dancing on a table while you threw dollar bills at her? No. You answered no. Those 3 results came back all the same, and they came back that Ashley told the truth. And Jamie's here, and he admits that he's had, pretty serious drug problem, been addicted to crack for a long time. Yeah. But he comes here today, and he did take a lie detector test, and we did get conclusive results. And we asked him, did you ever touch your daughter for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. Did you ever get in bed with your daughter, touching her inappropriately? He answered no. And the results for those 2 questions came back the same, and it came back that Jamie did not tell the truth.
Just toss him.
Okay.
Actually, you know what?
Admit that you've slept in her bed, though.
I have slept in her bed, but she ain't sleeping there with me.
How do you know?
Because I know she never slept in.
You said you've climbed in that bed because you were high as a kite.
I climbed in the bed because she never slept in the bed.
Yeah, but
she slept
you
in the
went
living
in
room.
the bed.
I was in her
and you were
room.
high. How would you know? How would you know?
Yep.
I think you're going to get help with your addiction real soon. I do know they smuggle drugs in prison, but it's not that easy, and I don't think it's going to be easy for you in there when these guys find out that you're molesting your daughter. So you got a rough road ahead of you. A really rough road. Yep. And with that, you can get the hell off my stage. It seems like you got a good man in your life who's very passionate about defending you and your daughter. But I want everybody, and you should do this every day, look in the mirror and say, I need to stop making bad decisions in my life on so many different levels, okay?
Yes.
I wish you all the luck in the world, and you're going to keep us updated, right?
I will, thank you.
Okay.
I called you, Steve, for help because I watch your show all the time.
Somebody's going to watch this and say, you know what? She was brave enough to do that. I can do that too.